Now, a big event in the NCAA with wrestling. Gable Steveson
Yeah.
won Olympic gold prior, and he just won his second NCAA national championship. He then retired from that type of wrestling, and he's already signed by WWE. How would you start him out? Because clearly he's going to show up pretty soon.
Well, I don't think he's had much opportunity to. I know he's been to the power plant, or not power plant, to the
Performance
uh,
Center.
performance center. Um, but I wouldn't think with the way he's had to condition and prepare for the not only the Olympics but the NCAA and all that. Um, Plus another year of collegiate wrestling. I think that I don't know what I would do. I wouldn't let him do anything until he was really good. I wouldn't give him, I myself, if I was in charge of this, I would spend a year building it, because you just can't learn overnight. The only guy I've ever seen, we talk about all the time, the learner overnight is Kurt Angle.
Yep.
But and I'm not saying that Gable can't, that he doesn't have that ability. I don't know. But Kurt is a different kind of cat. So I was a different kind of cat in amateur wrestling. So they both have achieved the same thing: two NCAA titles and a gold medal, and so there'll always be that comparison. That's why I would be careful with Gable and make sure that he was in a place that he wanted to be in.
I agree with
I
that. But when
mean,
you
that he is comfortable with they're very comfortable in the ring before he debuts.
Now, when you say you'd take a year, would you have him on TV during that year? Work with him
Yes,
off TV for that year? You wouldn't show him until a year from now.
I'd have him make appearances on TV.
Okay, but not doing much. Just
I would keep his face there a lot. Yeah.
what about the idea where he could like do squash matches occasionally? I mean, where he wouldn't have to do much, but you get him out there.
Yeah, well, they just if he was good at it. I mean, I'd have to before I even could answer this and give you an opinion. I have to see what he's capable of.
Yeah, I know we're assuming a lot, but I think it's easy to assume a lot. He's got the size, he's got the
Oh
look, he
yeah,
has the amateur background. How big could he be, Nate? What's your prediction?
um, well, he could be huge, but remember, we haven't heard him talk yet.
Right? No, there's a lot of factors. You're right.
Yeah, I don't want to label him something and be unfair to him because when you are as successful as he is, he's going to be measured against Kurt Angle.
Yeah, the comparison is unavoidable. And one
It
thing about
just is.
and one thing about Kurt I want to mention too. Before Kurt came to wrestling and embraced it and
Yeah.
did so well at it, a lot of the successful amateur wrestlers treated pro wrestling like it smelled bad. I think Kurt not only came in and did great, but I think he changed the attitude of the guys who came after him as blue chip amateur wrestlers.
I could agree with that. Yep.
Because remember how it used to be? Heck, we had, what was that one guy's name that gave you a hard time at the Dapper Dan dinner? The guy who won the gold medal. Remember him? Blatnick, Jeff Blatnick.
Yeah.
And then I cut a promo on him and he got mad at me instead.
Yeah. Well, he just, what can you do? You're in a professional setting. But, who's Jeff Blatnick now?
Well, exactly right. Now,
I mean,
so,
I don't I don't take anything away from him, but who is he?
right, no question. Well, and that's the difference between the two genres. I mean,
Yeah.
I respect the hell out of the amateur wrestlers.
Yeah.
And but I mean, once they're done with college and the Olympics, they're done. There's
Yeah.
nowhere to go unless
Exactly.
they go the path of Kurt Angle.
Exactly.
There's a kid from Pittsburgh named Spencer Lee, Rick, at Iowa,
Uh-huh.
who's won like I think 3 or 4 national titles in the smaller weight classes. And I don't know if he would ever pursue professional wrestling, but then again, the lighter guys, that's kind of an uphill battle. But boy, is he good and charismatic. He's just unbelievable.
Oh, right. I've heard the name. I've not seen him wrestle. I usually watch that tournament. I watched maybe 2 or 3 hours of it this weekend when it was hard up against the NCAA basketball tournament.
Well, he's really good, and I hope he finds a way to use his talent moving forward. And by the way, how about Penn State won their 9th NCAA
Yeah.
National Wrestling Team Championship in 11 years? That's incredible.
Gable Sanderson, right?
Yeah, yeah, just
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah. They transferred the flag from Iowa and Iowa State to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, yeah.